Hi, this is D13, and welcome to Thundertown. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Thunderdome. We're now adding the names to the champions here. So this first guy is Maximus, and I picked some names out of MadMax lore. Sometimes you gotta go kind of deep to figure out who these people are, but you'll see me putting these in here and changing the names. Not everybody is called Sprague. And that is Immortan Joe. He's in the Fury Road. And here's the balcony. So I've started work on this upper balcony area. Maybe where the sort of semi, well-to-do might have their seats. Although the Emperor's area is down below. So up here you see I brought in this railing and I put the railing around here. Alright, here I am grabbing the seats from the Emperor's booth and I'm pasting them up here over and over. I already did these little tarps to go over the top, these like canopies. And there we go. We got the upper area sort of situated. Let's start moving a few people up here now. I sort of thought that would be sort of maybe a VIP section at the very top. Maybe friends of Dr. Dealgood. And there's the doctor himself, right there. Put a little construction worker guy coming out of that door. And there's some of these really cool soccer fans or football fans, depending on what side of the world you're on. And put them sitting here, and they're animated. They get up and they clap, or some stand up and then clap, and some just stay seated and clap. Just to give it a little bit of motion. I got these little highway signs, like yield signs, and I decided I would make them into little markers for the sections of the arena. So I pasted them over and over all around these railings, and come back in here and change the letters. I really do like procedural objects quite a bit. It really allows you to make it really detailed. So each of the basketball cubes has a different color set for the team. And that lets me see where the people are going to. So when you see a lot of people wearing like yellow, they're going to one of the basketball arenas. There's like yellow, red, purple, and blue, I think. So here I actually went in and I made you didn't see it on camera, but I put these walls in along the outer edge to sort of block, sort of finish it off. Little raised area back there. And now I'm taking them and dropping them in here, trying to figure out how do I want to do. Do I want to do more bleachers over here? Do I just want to do some open gates? This would be the side of the arena again, like I said, where the people could come in and out, but it would also be where the staging area for the gladiators was. Now that I got this sort of figured out, I got to put a little top on it. Get another big concrete block in here. These Ronix train blocks are, with the train tunnel and then this block that come with it. These are just so good for building this kind of a city. You can see I already put some of those spawners for lions in the arena. I'm just trying to figure out the spacing here. How far do I want to space it out? And then I thought, I got to bring the lions in. So we're going to put lions along each of these, and I will rename them with more characters from MadMax. There I took that head that it comes from like the amusement park, I think, or maybe it's just a prop that comes on a building. Oh, there's Furiosa. and put that in there because of remember the big head from Beyond Thunderdome? There was what they call it, gulag, and they put that head on him, and then they put him on a horse and send him out into the desert. So I thought these heads kind of were reminiscent of the gulag head, and I thought, that'd be kind of fun to have something there. I really love how this came out. Now this is the Emperor's private section in the center here. He would have like the best spot and would be guarded and nobody would be allowed in there. So I give him his own personal entrance here, even though this isn't connected to the underground pathing. So I don't want anybody actually walking out onto the Emperor's area. He's got his red and black seat there for him and his Empress. And I was trying to figure out what kind of what kind of cover to go over it, because the Emperor wants to be in the shade. He doesn't want to be out here in the sun. I think I got this pretty well worked out, although I think I might replace it. And then I realized I think I need to move that entrance a little farther up and add some stairs. So I think you'll see me doing that shortly. So I changed this around a little bit and opened it up so I could get some stairs in here. And up here I did these stairs like individually, like one little slab at a time or at the very top. And grabbed those and brought those down in here and was trying for quite a while to get the right look for these stairs. And since the stairs are kind of in a corner like that, it was getting a little rough to get it just right. I think you'll see me come back and change them again. Yeah, I came in here and I lowered them and I put them at an angle and changed their color to match a little closer to the arena here. Ah, here we go. This is where I was really close to having it finally finished. Finally figured out what I wanted here. I mean, these won't be used. I mean, there's not going to be an actual path here for any of the people to move along. But I just really wanted it to look nice. Maybe went a little overboard. So here I'm adding some military guards. I like the ones with the red hats here because it sort of lets me say that these are the Emperor's personal guards. Hell's Bell. I really wanted to get a big bell up on this arena to they can ring the bell when it was time for the matches to start or whatever, right? Then I'm a big fan of AC/DC, and I've got some other references to AC/DC throughout the town. And I thought, I'd like to make this bell like the big old AC/DC bell from, Hell's Bells. So I started working on it and getting these lightning bolts, the little AC/DC logo on there. And I'm going to copy them. I'm going to darken them and make them look like they're part of the bell. And then I'm going to copy and paste them around the outer edge of the bell here on each of the different faces. Yeah, again, I just use these big, pillars and a big steel beam to hold the, to be like what holds the bell up in the air there. Thought it looked pretty cool on this part of the arena. So, training arena. Turns out, when you look at the Roman Colosseum and some of the other ancillary support buildings, there's a smaller training arena for gladiators nearby. if you look at the grounds of the that they say were there when the Roman Colosseum was being used. So I thought I'm going to make a little training arena nearby here. So I grabbed the giant arena and just sort of manipulated it down to this little piece. And I'm going to just repeat this over a few times to make a much smaller arena for this area. So the reason this is sort of in the middle of an episode rather than being as a bonus content at the end is I had just learned how to do a lot of the detailing of the stairs and the seats and the people. And I didn't want to sort of have to move on and detail more and then come back and do this. So this was done actually right in the middle of working on the other arena. So I just sort of stopped on the big arena for a little while. So I'm going to grab one of these chunks with a lion and everything. I think I bring the lion over, maybe not. I start bringing over pieces of it just to sort of construct it out of the exact same shapes and materials. Thinking this probably would have been constructed maybe even before the primary arena was. So you have a guard tower there. Eventually that guard tower should just disappear. And I put a building in back there. And there's some paths going through here. Or maybe you'll see me put them in, I think. So yeah, I put this building in here as a little... So eventually I put like a couple of commercial cubes underneath this building. So I could get some traffic, some people walking back to this area. It's odd because there is sort of a pedestrian road for service vehicles, and occasionally you'll see like a police car or an ambulance drive across the middle of the arena to get to the cube that was underneath that one. So I can't remember if I removed it completely or not. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to double this up and make an interesting shape at the entrance. Oh, here we go. Gonna grab one of the pillars that had the lion on it. I'm gonna stick that pillar right in there, and I think I'm gonna put a flame thing on top of it. Maybe a flag. We'll find out shortly. That's a network retaining wall that I put in here. Thought it looked pretty good. You don't want anybody driving or falling off the edge here. Even in your post-apocalyptic world. So yeah, some terraforming networks in there just to get it flat. And this is where I figured out I wanted to get some seats brought over here, so I grabbed some, and they really do fit pretty well in here. I was just able to copy and paste this over and get the seats in there really nicely. Left a little space along the edge there so that people could go up and down. I think I bring some stairs in here too. Oh, I just jumped back over to the main arena and threw in a couple more railings. Little spot here at the top where people can stand behind the railing and watch from up above. That's right, there's these little doors on the front of these that I thought would be like pretty cool. That this would be like storage for could be even like a little food booths or something in there. And there we go. That's pretty close to being finished. There'll be a little area added to the middle where the fights would take place. Here I'm just scoping it out, looking at it from different angles. And there you go. Yeah, this is where I kind of thought maybe I'll just bring the lions back over here too. So there's a lot of nodes through there because of the terraforming networks and the networks that I put through there. And back here I thought there needs to be some buildings, you know, where gladiators could go and get ready, and maybe even a place where they could stay, like sleep overnight, or, you know, just really, you know, more support buildings for the smaller arena. I do eventually. There's a road that leads back there. I put an invisible road in there and dropped a bunch of cubes underneath those, so I got a lot of traffic coming this way eventually. Well, here's this building that I dropped right behind where I took out that tower. I put this much bigger building right behind it, sort of a, I don't know, it's like a factory type building. I thought that would also be kind of cool to have up here. Just more buildings to support that smaller arena. Now these roads, so they're beautiful roads, but boy do they have trouble going up and down slopes. Here I brought in the same small planter and brought it in as the arena edges. And I eventually went in there and just put in some small railings instead of putting a dome here. I didn't think a tiny dome would work. The Busted Deal Ferris wheel. So if you remember the Thunderdome movie, this Busted Deal spin the wheel. And I thought, well, you know, why not bring that in here? So I got the ye old wheel in here, and it's a functioning park wheel, and just covered the sign with the Busted Deal wheel sign. It still needs path or road access. I brought that road in there, but eventually I'm going to go through and just put a park path, and just gets marked as a park area. So I'm using Prop It Up here, but I've changed recently to Bob, which is replaces Prop It Up, and lets you go through and just remove props from your live functioning buildings. So I got rid of everything that I could get rid of, including the little tiles on the ground. So here I actually made the sign just a little smaller because I like these lights, and at night they actually light up and I think sparkle. So I thought, you know, why don't I get this right in the middle? That way I can just completely cover the name of the Ferris wheel. There's our Busted Deal wheel. They start bringing in other, you know, theme park assets. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a few more in here for the, you know, the kids can be playing on it while the parents are watching the fights, or the parents could be playing on this while the kids are watching the fights. I don't know. So I turned off as much as I could and sunk it just a little bit underneath. I have some ploppable surfaces in here that I can use to cover it. Teacups. There you go. And removing all the props again. I like all the motion of this, the rotating and the wheel going around. So here's a size comparison between the amphitheater as it was original, the current Thunderdome, and then you can see the assets from in-game, the baseball stadium and the football stadium, in terms of a size comparison. So I'm actually working on a really small, well, a large but a smallish asset in the overall grand scheme of things when you consider how big it is compared to these other stadiums. Next episode, we're going to put the finishing touches on it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you'll like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.